Hello folks, you've joined me today at the car sanctuary for another video not about cars. The subject today is this Smith's Enfield mantle clock, which is just about to strike 6 p.m. So I found this in an antique shop, and it was in a cabinet amongst a few other clocks, and this was the best of the bunch. And I've been after one for a while to go on the mantelpiece, because having a good mantle clock for me is essential. I like to be able to know the time at a glance. And the other benefit of this with the chimes is that I can be anywhere in the house and I have audible indication of the time as well, as it strikes the hour, and it gives one bong every half hour as well. And as you can hear, it's a very good ticker. Lovely brown Bakelite molded case there, which is amazing. Very deep shine to it. Now, I'm not going to disturb the clock, I'm afraid. It does have a pendulum in the back. I'm not going to turn it round and open it. I'm not going to disturb it today. But to be honest, there's not a great deal to see anyway. It was just the movement and the pendulum swinging. And it's got two windy holes there. I'll just open the front up. Two holes there. One is for the actual clock movement and the other is for the chimes. And it's an 8-day movement, so I wind this once a week. And it's a lovely face, very legible, which is important in a clock. It's no good if you are across the room and you have to struggle and strain to decipher what time it is. With this, I could be, standing right over here. I'll just walk in and I would be able to see the time at a glance, which is, essential in clocks, although there are many about, both modern and old, which are not so clear. So somebody has taken very good care of this, because the face is in superb order, as is the glass and the hinge. It's not been abused. It's all complete, as you can see, made by the famous Smith's concern at the Enfield Clockworks. I did a bit of googling, and the Enfield factory was closed after the war, I believe. I'm just quoting this from memory, so I don't take it as gospel. So the Enfield factory closed, or at least ceased clock production, one of the two. And I believe this one is around the 1950s, early 50s. It's just got that general feel to it. Very nice shape, actually. Sort of well, it could be 30s, actually, thinking about it. I don't know, I'm no expert. I just wanted a clock, been after one for a while, and I liked the look of it. With these bulbous edges there where the case bores out, and the hands are very Art Nouveau, yet it has modern Arabic numerals, which are slightly raised as they've been pressed. The dial has been pressed, so they are slightly raised. As you can hear, it's an excellent ticker, and it keeps excellent time. Now I'm talking a minute or two. Have I got it down to? Yeah, it gains, which is better than losing. It gains a minute or two a week, and that's it. So they can be made to be very, very accurate, and in doing so, it is literally a matter of time. As I set this up when I brought it home, I had to adjust the pendulum. There's a little screw on the pendulum which you turn. It has an arrow. The pendulum has an arrow, F and S, pointing either way for you to turn it. You know, if you want it to gain time or lose time, and that either lowers or raises the pendulum according to the way you turn the screw, the knurled nut rather on the pendulum. So after, it was just trial and error really, just a bit at a time, and then monitor it over 24 hours. Then depending on how fast or slow it is, you adjust it again until you get it pretty much near perfect. Now, what I know about clocks and the workings and intricacies of clocks, you could write on the back of a postage stamp. I know they're very delicate, and you know, to work on clocks requires years of careful study and tuition and practice. But what I do know is that they need regular maintenance. So all I did to this was, when I got it home, I opened the back. There's a door on the back to access the pendulum. I opened the back. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe better coming around the other side, where you can see the hinge and the door pull, the lock. In there is the pendulum and the movement. So all I did was carefully clean whatever dust there was in there out, and I also oiled what I could, parts of the movement needing oil, because there are little oil sinks and things with clock oil. It has to be clock oil because it has to be very thin. Otherwise, you know, a thicker oil, say your proprietary household oils, can clog the movement. So it has to be clock oil, and I applied that with a very fine old hobbyist paintbrush. There's a sodding fly in here now. It's because it's roasting hot and all the windows are open. It's been too hot to do anything outside today. So it's got the key there, nice big Smith's key, and it does take some fair old effort to wind it. It really does. I have to hold the top of the case and carefully wind it at the same time, due to the strength of the springs inside. So that's all I've done to it, and I've no intention of doing anything more with these delicate things, and well, I certainly wouldn't need to anyway. It's outside my realm. If it does need attention in the future, it will be going to a proper clockmaker to be seen to. But it's, you know, as I say, regular maintenance, at least cleaning it, and the occasional spot of oil. I'm happy to do that. So there you go. Sodding fly. I'm gonna have to go and waft this fly out now. It's a bloody thing. But there. Hope you've enjoyed that. I'm very proud of this clock, and I do find it reassuring, you know, in a oldie worldy, comforting sort of way. You know, it's like hearing the ticking of a clock. It is reassuring in itself, but it's like going round to, you know, memories of childhood, visiting your grandparents' house or whatever. And there was always something like this ticking away. So there you go. Thank you for watching. More videos forthcoming as and when.